And also in an exclusive chat, WION's Aditi Tyagi, who is tracking all the developments for us from Houston, caught up with the organizer of the Howdy Modi event, Jugal Malani, who's revealed the inside details of the event. Listen in.
We have the chair of Howdy Modi, Mr. Jugal Malani. Mr. Malani, welcome. And first of all, flash floods, we have been having a lot of issues right now.
Well, these are all temporary issues. Weather is supposed to be very good when Modi ji arrives in Houston. And as you said, everything is big in Texas. So the biggest event is being planned in Houston for Modi ji now, as well as with our President Trump arriving on September 22nd.
Okay, Mr. Malani, I would also like to know why would you choose the city of Houston for this historic event of the Indian Prime Minister?
You know, Houston, there's a very large Indian diaspora here. So actually we started from July 19th and then we started the registration of the people. In 3 weeks, the entire registration process was like filled with 50,000 people. So people then went on the waiting list.
So tell me something, why do you think President Trump agreed to come and share stage with Prime Minister Modi? What is it?
I think it is basically the relationship between US and India. I think this is the main focus.
And do you think it's the personal chemistry between the two good leaders as well?
Yeah, that also plays a big part. I think they have almost become good friends, so that plus, and India and US have a lot in common.
All right, from next week on, in the run-up to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit as a part of his visit to the UNGA, we'll be bringing you a special edition of Gravitas Live from the Heart of Action, New York.
Progress. मेरा देश बदल सकता है. Propaganda.
कश्मीर की दुनिया में आवाज उठाने वाला एम्बेसडर.
Statesmanship. Brinkmanship. Climate action. Chaos, non-violence, nuclear threats.
हम 2 न्यूक्लियर आर्म मुल्क हैं. अगर ये आगे टेंशन बढ़ती है तो दुनिया को खतरा है इससे.
Exposing the contrast with research, not rhetoric. Because decisive arguments do not need high decibels. Your primetime news destination takes you where the news is. Gravitas, live from New York, making sense of the news.
Meanwhile, Pakistan, of course, wants to mainstream hate speech after having normalized terror in the past. And that's what India's top envoy to the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin, has said at a press conference on Thursday. Now, this was Syed Akbaruddin's response after being asked about India's plan of action if Pakistan were to raise the Kashmir issue at the next week's United Nations General Assembly session in New York. Listen in.
It is for every country to determine its trajectory of how it wants to approach global platforms. There may be some who stoop low. Our response to them is we soar high. They may stoop low, we soar high. And what I've told you are examples of how we will soar higher. What they want to do is we've seen them mainstream terrorism in the past, and what you're now telling me is they may want to mainstream hate speech. It's their call. If they want to do that, poison pens don't work for too long.
All right, so that was his quote there. Poison pens don't work for too long. He also went on to reiterate that we have suffered enough. And this is what he said on being asked whether there would be multilateral meetings on the issue of terrorism. Akbaruddin stated that Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself will be making that pitch. Now, the issue of terror shall always be a theme in India's external orientation, said Syed Akbaruddin. And when he was asked whether Prime Minister Modi and US President Donald Trump will be meeting on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, Syed Akbaruddin said that he's pretty certain that this is something that is likely to happen any time between the 23rd of September till the 25th.